Antonio, Antonio,
Antonio.
Antonio, Antonio.
Get in. Mental seeds, boys. Mental seeds.
Come on, mate. Come on.
Well.
Come on. Go on. Tell us, mate. Come on.
About that game?
Listen, it was unreal. What was that? First questions first, though.
Right.
Listen, you're at the stadium. Tell us the what was the atmosphere like? Come on, tell us.
Danny boy.
The atmosphere was buzzing. It was superb. I think the crowd were up for it right from the start. Dan, come in, mate.
Oh, I was going to go, but okay.
I
can't hear anything. I can't hear anything.
Just talk.
What do you want me to talk about?
How was the atmosphere?
The atmosphere was quality, I got to say. Like, that was rocking tonight. It proves everything the journos were saying about, the minute the fans are back in, West Ham will go back to the old West Ham. No, we proved them wrong.
It hasn't happened.
No, it was quality. And I mean, it weren't from the 10 men either. It was from the minute we kicked off. It was quality in there tonight.
Dan, atmosphere here tonight?
Incredible. Amazing. I'm buzzing. I've never had it in there like that, I don't think.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know if it's the way it's changed or everyone was up for it. No one's had a shout and a scream for so long. And wow, what a way to do it. Absolutely. What a way to come back.
Absolutely. I think,
lads,
go on. Can you hear us?
No, I was
just no good.
Yeah, no, we can hear you perfectly. We can hear you perfectly fine. So obviously,
Yeah, go on.
No, you go on. Go on.
No, I just think, as both the Dan said, the atmosphere was. I don't think I've heard it as roaring as this tonight. Proper. And the good thing about Europe is we're going to get more evening games, which is like fucking good. It's going to be cracking in there. So we're all happy.
Yeah, I mean, from beginning to end, I mean, I think the first kind of 10-15 minutes, we'll digress the game when you guys go, but I want to talk to you about one player just now. The first player I want to talk to you about is Pablo Fornals.
Okay, lads, Pablo Fornals. Thoughts on Pablo?
Brilliant. Tonight, he was unreal, wasn't he? But then I've been saying this, I know I was on the show during the course of lockdown, and I said, not sure why he's been stuck out on the left. He played a bit more central tonight, and he's instrumental. So he breaks up the play. When we signed him, I thought we were signing a central attacking midfielder.
Another Lanzini.
But I feel like we've signed someone who, he's more box to box. He'll commit the press, and he'll bring players in. But the first goal, he broke the play up, out wide, first time ball, he's there to finish. He does a bit of everything.
Absolutely. Dan, Fornals?
10 out of 10, class. Anybody that was just unsure about Fornals, you can just shut up now. He's earned the respect. If you didn't earn it before now, that's it. Fornals, he's heading towards God tier.
Yeah. But the
class performance.
The only thing I've got to say about Fornals is I don't know who's going to buy the Fornals. You don't get it. You're too young.
No, we can't hear you. We didn't hear that.
We lost you. We lost you there. We lost you.
Say it again.
It's not worth repeating.
Oh, right,
okay. Worth repeating. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. So,
we're going to talk about Benrahma.
Listen, Antonio, he broke the record tonight. 2 goals, a brace. I mean, a game of 2 halves really for him. First half, he had 2 clear-cut chances. At one point, I was actually gutting myself laughing when he headed the ball down to himself.
Mate.
But then the second half, he just turns up and becomes a world-class number 9. A world-class
Antonio in the first half was Antonio in the first half. The old-fashioned, it hits him on the knee and goes out into row Z and stuff like that. And then in the second half, he was a different fucking... I think he gets injections at halftime. I think I think someone injects him with something to say, go and be a fucking class striker.
That's what he gets injected with, because that first half, he went through twice, and he could have played Bowen, and he didn't. He chose to shoot. It's just second half was different. I was saying to Stel and Dan when we was just walking out the ground, though, I don't think we'll appreciate what a legend Antonio is becoming until his playing days are up. I think we signed him for 7 million all them years ago, and now he's playing right back, he's played centre mid, wing, and now he's playing striker for Moyes, and he's just broken the record, deservedly so as well, and he is. But he epitomised the performance tonight, didn't he? He held the play up. He bullied their centre backs like all game long. Even in the first half, when he wasn't at his best, he still bullied the centre backs, and then deservedly gets the 2 goals. He is class. And I think that the fan base are calling for signings, and I totally get it, and I respect it. We do need strength in depth, especially with Europe and whatnot. But whoever comes in, if we bring another striker in, they've got to move Antonio. Antonio's not benching just because we're signing a striker. I think they've got to move him. Like, they've got to come in and earn that spot now, because for me, he is our number 9. He's our striker. He's great.
When you look, yeah, go for it, Dan. Go for it.
I'm joining you, and I'm joining Anne. He's my new man crush. I'm in love with the guy.
Has he got big thighs? Has he got big thighs?
The thighs scare me. I'm telling you, the thighs scare me. But the skill, the way he just goes from Robert Snodgrass to Messi in a flick of a switch. I love the guy.
He has properly declared his love for Antonio. Yeah, it's speechless though. I mean, you're talking about, if you look at those finishes in particular, I mean, he held off a top class international defender for the first goal, using his body, his strength, his awareness. He cuts the ball onto his right foot and smashes that ball into the back of the net. It is a proper world class, not getting carried away here, but a world class centre half, number 9 finish. His second goal, the way that he takes that ball, it dips over. But the best thing about it all is he reads the bounce. And he taps it in, studs. Not bad for a right back.
As Jan just said, not bad for a right back. I mean, he's relishing the number 9 shirt, isn't he? That's the thing. He's actually really, the fact that he actually asked David Moyes for the number 9 shirt means he's found his home, isn't he, in the team, and it's brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see. But you're absolutely right. The thing is, we're all crying out for Moyes to go and get a striker. And when Moyes actually says you're not going to get a striker like Antonio, he's absolutely right. He's unique. So Moyes is going to have to think of a plan B if he wants a striker, but he ain't going to get a striker that's going to sit on the bench. That's the problem with it. So he's kind of cornered himself.
This is bold, and I'm in no way comparing the two players. It's a very, very bold thing I'm going to say, but physicality, if you're actually looking at the two players physically, no one in the Premier League gets closer to Antonio than Lukaku. Lukaku's a better finisher. I generally think he's probably a better all-round player, but physically, I don't think you'll get much better than that. And I genuinely believe that. I'm not in no way saying that Antonio's better than Lukaku. I'm not. Lukaku is, but the way he plays the game, I don't think he would look out of place doing the same job for Chelsea at the moment.
And Lukaku costs 90 million. Antonio costs 7.
Yeah.
Well, next question. We're all going to miss our train home, especially Dan.
Benrahma. Go for it, Benrahma.
Another man crush. I'm crushing on all the guys today. I'm confused. I admit, I was one. Hang on, I can hear myself. I was one of the guys, one of the fans that was like, I don't know if he can do it. He's not cutting in. He's not moving about. He's not getting the finishes. And then he's on the same gear that Antonio's on. Just a massive confidence injection. He's found his feet. He knows what he's doing. He's in the zone, isn't he? He's in the zone.
Absolutely. Benrahma, mate.
I think this is the player we always expected last season. It takes a bit of time to bed into the Premier League, but this is what we expected. This is the Benrahma that was at Brentford. If anyone watched the Championship when he was there, he was electric, and I think we're seeing that now. He's class, isn't he? I was saying to I sit with Mark and Steve, and I was saying to both, he's the new Payet. If he really wants to be, that's the cult level he could reach. The only difference I think we're going to get with Benny, he ain't going to force a move. I think he'll be with us a few years. I think he'll bed in, and he does more. He does more than a graft. The way he closed the lines. I was saying in that first half, there weren't much in it between the two teams, but we closed those wings so quick, and it was doubling up both sides. So Benny, on that side with Soufal, he was excellent. So good defensively.
And the only thing we hope Benrahma doesn't do, like Payet, is throw bottles back at the crowd. So just in case anyone wants to beat him up. But other than that, he's absolutely right, mate. I mean, it was we've carried on where we left off last season. To be honest with you,
Yep.
you know, we've absolutely. It's as if the last season hasn't, didn't finish, and we picked up where we left off. You can see why Moyes is struggling to bring players in who are going to fit this mould. You know, the only problem is we've got 11 brilliant players. We've got maybe three or four backup, but then that's when the problems start. You know, but we got to relish this. You know, because this team could go without bringing anyone in. Should it happen, this team could go till the winter transfer window.
If that 11 stayed fit, that's a top 6 team. Generally, I don't believe that is a top 6 team if the 11 stayed fit. But my issue is Antonio ain't going to see Christmas. I don't think Oggy will see Christmas. I don't think Fab will see Christmas. There's too many players in there that are the wrong side of 30 that have got a niggle in them. Yeah. And I just think that that's why you need that strength.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So
we're top of the league. We're talking about top 6. We are massive.
We're first, aren't we?
Yeah, top of the league. Yeah, the only way's up. And stay up.
Right, that's it. What else do you want before we go home?
It's up to you guys. I mean, if just give us as much as you can give us, and then if you have to go, that's fine. You can come back on tomorrow and have a chat with everyone and let them know how buzzing you are. Because I mean, myself and Rich.
I'll tell you what I want to add. Declan is going nowhere. The boy loved leading that team out tonight. He relished it. He was bang on. He doesn't look like a player that's unhappy. He doesn't look like a player that wants to leave. He doesn't look like a player that is unhappy with us, with the club valuing him at £100 million. He's worth every fucking penny of that 100 million.
You can tell that link was a lie. Is that he's still got 3 years to run. You don't run your contract down if you've got 3 years to run.
Exactly. And he looked class tonight, Declan. Well, they all did. I mean, it's hard to pick a man of the match, but we believe Antonio got man of the match though. So it's hard to pick someone who played poorly. Exactly.
I want to ask you one more question, Bowen, Jared Bowen, and then Jared Bowen. Talk to me about Jared Bowen.
Jared Bowen is going to be one of the best players in the Premier League this season. You know, he works hard. He fights for the ball. He creates space. He creates chances. Bowen is going to be, you can understand why Liverpool, if they are really sniffing around him, you can understand why. He's a class player. Bowen?
Yeah, Bowen, class. I agree with everything you've just said. The trouble we've got is everyone's great and we need players, but there's no one you drop.
That's it. That's the problem.
It's such a nice thing to have.
I think this is the issue. This is the issue we've got trying to add players. That 1 to 11 is so good. It's so consistent. And it's like, how do you entice someone to come in and go, well, you're not going to start. Yeah. But you're going to be part of the squad. It's hard, isn't it?
Exactly.
I was saying tonight, Jesse, it's great. The fan base want him back. I'm getting a bit bored of it. We're acting like he's prime Messi now. But if he comes in, he's got to earn his place. You can't just go 20. You can't just pay the 20, 25 million and go, right, go on in, crack on. Because Benny's got, what's he got now? Like 3-4 assists, 2 goals. Yeah. Like, you can't just drop. You can't drop him. I think he's the one that probably would be. And Bowen, as much as people want to drop him, his work rate.
Yeah.
4 nails, his work rate. This team's signed on for what Moyes.
It's all right. Wants. It's all right. We'll sell Declan and Lingard to take his place.
No. What we need is a centre back. That is the most important thing.
The goal was poor. It was a poor goal to give away. Yeah. Right.
And hang on, I just want to go back because you were going about the man of the match. I mean, between Antonio, Benrahma. What about the 12th man? The fans were absolutely amazing tonight. The fans were amazing. Yeah. So much
quality
in there. Yeah. So much.
Well done, lads.
Everyone in that stadium. I mean, even when Antonio scored his second goal, everyone in that stadium was standing up. It was a miracle.
Anyone that's ever watched me on this
the whole stadium was on their feet singing.
Anyone that's ever watched
everyone together as one.
I don't like that stadium.
Yeah.
But tonight,
I
signed on.
It was rocking.
Dan likes the stadium.
Right, that's it. That's your lot. Go on. Unfortunately, you left. Oh, by the way, Anton, you're famous. By the way, 2 young lads behind us who at the stadium went because I put Joe on halfway through the game, and they saw you and they went, "That's that bloke that had the kid on his top on his shoulders at the Newcastle game, and I said, yeah, that's the.
There you go.
I said, yeah, that's the Kilmarnock.
Celebrity ad, celebrity, mate.
I said,
Still was just jealous.
I said the Kilmarnock fan, unfortunately, saying he's coming down on Saturday. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and sit somewhere else, so you don't know where we are, mate.
You've reached the height of fame of that guy from Mad Max.
That's your lot. Go on.
Hold on a minute. Revo said he just saw you still. Revo just said he saw you.
He did. Yeah, he came over and said hello. Yeah, he came over and said hello. Very nice of him to do so. Very nice.
Excellent. Right, lads. Thanks very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Safe trip home.
Have a great safe trip home, lads. Cheers.
There you go, lads. There you go, Richard.
I wish I could have been there, mate. I wish I could have been there. That atmosphere must have been unreal. But I'm glad the lads got to watch.
Absolutely. Amazing. Well, let's quickly. It's good that we gave the fans, fans at the stadium. Let's dissect the game a little bit more. Starting lineup. What was your thoughts? Strong 11, of course.
Yeah, exactly. As we spoke about before the game, not surprised at all that Moyes didn't change it. Very, very solid starting 11. And I mean, the lads were confident after Newcastle, so they just carried it through into this fixture, and there was no reason to change it. That 11 on paper is unreal, and they performed like it today.
Yep, loads of people in the chat saying, Richard, where have you been? They're loving seeing you back on the channel. It's nothing to do with us. Talk to this man himself. Get the comments in. If you want to see more of Richard, put it in the comments and I'll fire the comments to him. He is top notch and it's really good to get his analysis on the show. It's good to see you, brother, again. So, yes, next up then was the Leicester team. I mean, listen, we're talking about strong Leicester side, a side that have continued their form from winning the league to FA Cup to the Community Shield. They've got strength and depth. They've bought players. They've bought what you would say is wisely. However, what was your thoughts on that lineup initially?
Look, Leicester are a quality side. There's no two ways about it. They're a very, very solid team, and we had to respect them tonight. At the same time, I've never seen a Leicester team get battered as much as they did today. And that's just credit to the way we played, the positivity we showed. Obviously, the red card had a bearing on the game, of course. But even before that, we were the better side. Leicester were very, very poor. But I think it's a mixture of us also being very, very good. I've never seen Leicester get battered like that ever. And we've got their number. That's 3 wins in a row. It's a hat-trick of wins against them. So
huge, mate.
Huge. I am buzzing. And everyone's saying that it's a Jamaica flag. It's a South African flag. You can't see the blue. It's a South African flag, peeps. It's a South African flag.
Dan, who's actually just been on, he said he might camp here until Saturday. Listen, we're going to go into the game a little bit. The first 15 minutes, it was a decent neutrals game, wasn't it? If you were a neutral watching the game, it was borderline, end to end.
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say, literally, one of the points I was going to make is for the neutrals, it was a great game to watch. I mean, I've got people in South Africa that watch West Ham for the first time tonight. Some absolute weapons that are actually watching the stream right now. They are watching the stream right now. They know who they are. They know who they are.
You know who they are.
Yeah. So it was amazing. For the neutral, watching West Ham play tonight, we were so entertaining. I have mates that have been messaging me going like, "Wow, West Ham are my second team. I want to support them." It was just a treat. So yeah, sorry for interrupting you, but I just had to chuck that one in there.
No, that's cool, mate. That is cool. Listen, let's talk about the goal itself. It came on the 26th minute. The Declan Rice, I think he takes the ball off of the Leicester player, and he passes the ball out wide to Bowen, who plays the ball inside to Fornals. Now, Fornals, the clever thing of what Fornals does is he drops his shoulder. A simple drop of the shoulder. The two Leicester players go for the player rather than the ball. Fornals just turns around and goes, "Oh, I'll just take that ball." Drives forward, plays the ball out wide to Benny, who whips that ball into the box, and Fornals with that sweet touch on his left foot into the bottom corner. What a goal for Fornals, but what a goal for West Ham in general.
Yeah, absolutely. I think brilliant, firstly, from Benrahma, the quick early cross. I think it caught Leicester off guard. And I don't think people understand how difficult that finish is from Pablo. I mean, weak foot, coming at him at pace. It's an absolute pearl of a finish. And he's got that in his locker. We all know how good he is. To be honest with you, I've always been a fan. I've always been a fan because of his work rate and how much he leaves out on the pitch. But at the same time, technically, Pablo Fornals is an absolute baller, and that finish was world class. World class.
It really, really was. Get your comments in and let us know your thoughts. I mean, at that point, though, Rich, we were seeing a proper Fornals performance, wasn't we? He was dictating play from the middle of the park. He was doing everything that you'd want from your midfield maestro and more, because he was getting forward. He was playing clever football. He was reading the game really well. He was getting stuck in the tackles. Mate, he's got some height. He can jump really quite high because he gets involved in the headers. He just gets heavily involved. I mean, he's slowly and surely becoming one of my favourite players in West Ham. What do you think?
Definitely. He's turning into a cult hero. Honestly, last season he went under the radar. Cool, he might not be scoring goals, he might not be getting assists last season, but every single game he worked his socks off, he tracked back, he made tackles. Tonight was no different. Obviously he's added the goal, which is huge, but his work rate is just phenomenal. So as a West Ham fan, watching someone like Pablo play, I'm proud. I'm proud to watch him don the claret and blue, because he works his socks off for the club, and you can see he cares, and that's what West Ham fans want at the end of the day.
Yeah. Absolutely, Rich. Listen, let's move into the game a little bit more. 40th minute, Perez steps on Fornals and gets a straight red card. It goes to VAR, gets a straight red card. Some people in the chat when we were doing the video were saying that, could you compare that to the Balbuena one? I disagreed. I don't think you could at all. I think that was a straight red. What was your thoughts?
Oh, mate, you know what? It's a straight red. Simple as that. I understand it's unlucky, and I understand he's not that type of player. But I was listening to Dermot Gallagher at halftime, former Premier League referee, head of the panel now, and he said it's a straight red, and I agree. It's dangerous. He's gone over the ball. He's caught him. Unfortunately, it's a type of tackle that can result in a leg breaker. Simple as that. I understand he's not that type of player, but it was something that Michael Oliver had no other choice but to give a red card for. So I can understand that he would be frustrated, but it's a red card. Simple as that. Yeah. Studs up, on the shin, over the ball. There's no other option for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we move into the second half. No changes from both clubs. But as we start going into the game, Soyuncu from, I'm terrible for pronunciations, from Leicester, tries to play the ball back. He doesn't even look back for his keeper. He just plays a blind ball. And what happens is Antonio nips in, collects the ball, feeds the ball onto the penalty spot. Who's there? None other than Benrahma, mate, to collect his second goal of the campaign. I mean, these goals are going to do him the world of good, and these assists are going to do him the world of good. Thoughts on Benny?
Oh, massive for his confidence. He's just been excellent these last two games. And you know what? I give a lot of credit to Antonio there, because he was so composed. When the ball came to him, he could have easily tried to go for goal, done something rash, but he took a touch, looked up. There's Benny on the edge of the box. Great ball across. And it's also, Benny's got work to do. It's a great finish as well. There's a man on the line. There's people in around the box, and he's stuck at bottom left. Great finish. It's going to do him so much in terms of his confidence, and may it continue, because he's that type of player. He's a confidence player. When he's at it, he's unplayable.
Yeah, 120%. However, West Ham, obviously Leicester were down to 10 men, and West Ham then took advantage and went 2-0 up. But you can't help but think, you knew there was going to be more goals in this game, and you kind of felt that the danger goal, if say, any team scored, it would be West Ham scoring and knocking off the game, or if Leicester scored, it would put West Ham under pressure. Of course, further into the game, Leicester did score from Tielemans. I think he had a shot. He gathered the ball in the box. He had a shot. It was a great tackle from Creswell. I can't deny it. It really was a good last-gasp tackle. And I don't really know if there was anything any other of the defenders could have done, because the ball bounced off of Tielemans to his chest, and all he really had to do was tap it in past Fabianski. What was your thoughts there? I mean, could you really blame anyone for that?
Oh, mate, you know what? It's so unlucky. It is so unlucky. I can't blame a single defender for that goal. That ricochet that came back to Tielemans. I mean, Creswell's made an absolutely phenomenal block, and somehow it's ricocheted back and it's landed at Tielemans' feet, and he stuck it away. It's just one of those you take on the chin. Very, very unlucky goal to concede. I don't think there's much we could have done about it, to be honest. But as soon as that goal went in, my dad was a bit negative and he said, "Oh, here we go again." I didn't feel like that. As soon as that
you're ripping into your dad, Rich.
I am, because as soon as that goal went in, I said, you know what, screw it. We've been the better team by a mile. We're going to come back. I had that confidence. In the past, we wouldn't have that confidence. But the way we've been playing and the way we've been structured, we're a different team, exactly, as they've said. And the comeback was phenomenal after that goal.
Yeah, and you can't. I mean, he makes a valid point here. We're a different team. Can't see us losing to 10 men anymore. And as Stel said, we feel like we've continued the form from last season. So it really is. It really, really is good. If you're talking about a player in particular, we've mentioned it, Antonio. We had 2 fantastic opportunities in the first half. One of which, in actual fact, 2 of which actually made me laugh. However. I wasn't being a dick about it. I was just genuinely laughing. He got the ball. He'd done a lot of the hard work. He got 18 yards out. He smashed the ball, and it went about 12 yards wide. And then he was left with an opportunity when he had a header, and he just headed it down, literally onto his feet, and it bounced away, etc.
Even he was laughing, mate.
Yeah. But how fucking ever in the 80th minute. I'm trying to think who it was. It was Declan Rice that was going down the left-hand side, and he puts the ball into Antonio, who holds off the defender. He's what, 10 yards out? He's wide, he's left of the goal, and he's holding off the defender. And you're thinking to yourself, this is exactly where you want the ball to be, especially for the likes of, because we know that Antonio can do what he did do. We weren't sure if he was going to do it. However, he did. He knocks the ball onto his right foot. He totally sails away the defender, and he smashes that ball into the back of the net, Rich, to then become West Ham's all-time goal scorer in the Premier League, beating none other than Paulo Di Canio. He's got 40. That was to take him to the 48 number, 48 goals. But just talk to me about that goal, Rich.
Fantastic centre-forward play. And he's showing us now that he means business. Obviously, we've played him as a right-back. He's almost played every single position on the pitch. But right now, he is an in-form number 9, showing everyone that he can be world-class. And the way he turned Soyuncu and sent him for a hot dog was phenomenal as well. I mean, he used his body so well. We know he is an absolute machine. He dominates defenders. That's exactly what Antonio wanted. Turned his man. And also, he's got work to do. And he has absolutely rifled that ball into the back of the net. I honestly can't love him anymore. Hero. Yeah. When he's not crashing his Lamborghini into a flat in South London, and I went to the crash site right afterwards, by the way, and he was dressed in a snowman outfit. When he's not doing that, man's a legend. Hero. Absolute hero.
Love it. But listen, this doesn't end there. I'm sitting watching the stream. Me and you are watching it, and you're just flabbergasted by what you're witnessing. And literally minutes later, he scores potentially a harder goal. The ball gets crossed in from that man himself, Soufal, with another assist, another whipped in ball. And he kind of has to raise his foot up about, 3 or 4 foot to collect it. And it takes a bit of a wild, like it lobs up in the air, and it bounces. But the key thing to this whole process is, and the key thing to what Antonio's been doing, is he has learned how to become a striker, because he absolutely knows how to read the ball, and he read the bounce. And all he did was had to beat the defender to get to the ball and the keeper and just get a touch. That's all we had to do. And he got his studs onto the ball, and he made it 4-1 to West Ham in 84th minute. Rich, Antonio, mate, 49 goals for West Ham in the Premier League. And I mean, I know we take the piss out of the situation, but it's so true. The lad has played every single position that you can imagine, borderline without a few, for the club. And now he's West Ham's all-time top goal scorer. He's going down in folklore. He's going down in history books. The lad, and he deserves it, doesn't he?
He does. He does. He's going to be a West Ham legend, simple as that. And he deserves all the praise he's getting, because no matter where he's been asked to play in a West Ham shirt, he's done it with grace, with dignity, and he's filled every position he's had to play brilliantly well. And now we're seeing how classy he can be in a number 9 shirt as well. That goal that he scored, that second goal, again, is so difficult. It's lobbed up and there, he has to get a touch. That finish is, again, world-class finish. And honestly, I just can't be happier for the lad because he's such a breath of fresh air in and around the changing room. He loves the football club. He's a great ambassador for the club. And, I just hope that it continues from strength to strength for him because I honestly couldn't love him more. Absolute hero. He's going to go down a legend. Simple as.
Toby, sorry. Maybe I'm just so excited and I described it wrong. I did mean to say that Antonio meant that. I didn't mean to say that. I was just trying to describe the fact that he took the touch and the ball kind of lobbed up. And I wasn't meaning it was a mistouch. I absolutely didn't mean that at all. I think he's absolutely meant what he was doing and it's showing the intent and he read the bounce as well. It's just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, Rich, there's so many comments in here. People are absolutely buzzing. We are massive. We are whatever. But we saw the match out and we turned around a thing that we normally would have been scared of when as an opposition player gets sent off. West Ham usually sit back and let them invite the pressure because, of course, they needed to invite the pressure. They brought on Daka, they brought on Iniacho, they kept bringing on forwards and they just couldn't really get through our defence. What was your thoughts on our defence, though?
Solid, mate. Absolutely solid. I mean, obviously, the goal, potentially we could have done more. In my opinion, we couldn't have done a whole lot. But I look at players like Soufal. In the 90th minute, he is bombing on down the right-hand side. That man put in an absolute shift. You got Chris doing amazing things. Oggy and Dawson, solid as a rock, super composed at the back, one every header. Can we speak about how quiet Jamie Vardy was tonight? This is a guy who is a world-class centre-forward. Ogbonna, Dawson, Chris Soufal made him look like an absolute plonker. And that tells you everything you need to know. Solid, solid, solid. James Maddison, who didn't touch the ball tonight, and that just gives credit to the way we played and how well we dominated the game. Honestly, I'm lost for words. I really am. What a performance! It's just simple as that. Can
I just show everyone? I just want to really. Listen, I don't want to get carried away, but after 2 games in comparison to last season, of course, boys! I mean, 6 points from the first 2 games. We've scored 8 goals. We've conceded 3. It's a phenomenal start for West Ham. It really is a phenomenal start from West Ham. What a change from last year. And it's just about making sure, you do believe, Rich, you do absolutely believe, you believe in this team. And you believe, I understand that fans are saying things like, we need to bring in squad strength and depth. Absolutely. I do believe that 100%. I do believe we need to bring in strength and depth. However, like everyone is saying, is what position are they going to come in and take over? This is why it doesn't matter. I still do want Lingard because he'll add to the squad. Because if someone does pick up an injury or this or that, he'll come in, he'll take the place, and you've gone like for like. Players like that are only going to progress West Ham as a club. So I love everything that they're doing. And I don't know, were we on stream when I mentioned it, Rich? We were talking about a comment that we had Nigel on the show just after COVID struck during the first ever lockdown back in early 2020. And he made a big, bold statement. And it was all about, listen, if West Ham don't sign players and don't bring in players, it's not a bad thing because the players will get to know each other and really like focus on each other and build upon the relationship that they've got and understand the football in terms, etc. You maybe do little tweaks here and there. You maybe get rid of players such as Anderson, like he's done, Haller, like he's done. However, you keep a strong core, stronger than just a basic core going through the middle. You've got a strong core. You've got Fornals has been at the club for years. I mean, if you go through the team, Richard, you've got Fabianski, apart from Soufal, Souček and Bowen and Benny, there's 7 players there that have been at the club for a long, long time and know the club inside out. And Benny's been there now for a season. Soufal and Souček's been there for a season and a half, 2 seasons. Yeah. Soufal's been there for a season. So if we can keep these 11 players or 14 players really fit, add some quality to it over quantity, you can't help but start to feel a little bit confident. You can't help it.
Absolutely. And the thing is, it's difficult as well because you want to get players in, but our starting 11 is so solid. And what player wants to come in knowing that they're probably going to be on the bench? So that's the conundrum we have. At the same time, I still genuinely believe, and I'm sure you do too, we definitely need to bolster our squad. We need 1 or 2. I think we need probably 3 signings before the window closes. But yeah, it pays testament to that starting 11. There's not a single player in that side tonight that is a passenger. There's not a single player in there that doesn't deserve to be there. That didn't have a great game tonight, which is unusual. When last can we say that every single player had an absolute blinder? You know, it's amazing to see. And Moyes, I think he's handled the pressure in the media very, very well. He's been asked some difficult questions, but he's remained pretty tight-lipped, and he's slowly going about his business in the background, and it's paying dividends. So, wow, just credit to the whole squad, credit to the management. You look, when Antonio comes off the field, you've got big Kevin Nolan giving him a massive hug. I just think the atmosphere around the club is phenomenal at the moment. So it's just great.
I want to ask you before we kind of start to head. Antonio was talking about the celebration. In case anyone doesn't know, Rich, what was the celebration all about?
Mate, I've literally. It was the last dance. I think it was the last dance.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah. It's something to do with the last
something
dance.
to do with the last dance and lifting someone up or something like that. He asked Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville in the studio after. He's like, guys, can you guess what I was doing? And they've all gone, no, mate. Have you not had a kiss in a while or something? Because he kissed himself. And he's like, no, it's the last dance. And that's just the type of character Antonio is. He just brings that banter into everything he does. He's a celebration king. Oh, you just love to see it. To see it. What a character.
Two games in, three goals, 2 assists in 2 games inside Benrahma, 2 goals and 2 assists in 2 games as well. So things are looking pretty good. We've got Palace up next, Rich. I'm planning on going to the game, hopefully, if everything works out according to plan. We'll have a preview coming up later this week. It's going to be a busy week because we're on Monday night. So tomorrow we've got Stell's West Ham. In actual fact, tomorrow's schedule will be a mixture of a daily. There could be 4 shows tomorrow, a daily. There could be a rush show, and My Hammer's 11. Then there will be a player rating show that goes out at 7 o'clock UK time, and then Stell's West Ham Weekly in the evening. Then on Wednesday, you will have a daily, another My Hammer's 11, and then the same on Thursday. And then Friday, we will have the preview for the Palace game, as well as a daily and another My Hammer's 11. So if you are new around here and you have never subscribed before, please go over and hit the subscribe button to the channel, because it really does help us. Hit the thumbs up. I don't know what, guys. I mean, let's aim for 100 thumbs up. There's over 225 people watching live right now, so we'll push it. Let's get use up to 100 thumbs up. That really does push our things into the algorithm. Of course, we do. We do have a membership option as well. So if you're interested in becoming a member of the channel, you can click the link in the description and also on the channel, and that'll take you to what all the membership options are. And yeah, the plan is to have young Richard on with us a little bit more often. No pressure, because what I can see is he's buzzing. Mate. Look at him, he's buzzing. He is buzzing.
Happening. I'm back.
Listen, boys. Rich, mate, I mean, Europa League's coming. I mean, we've got games. Come September, we're going to have game after game after game after game. So it is going to put... we have the Euros draw. The draw's been made on Friday, Rich, for the Europa League, which is going to be huge. And it's just... it's mad, mate. It's mad. Here we go. Hold on a minute. Fo, where is he? Let me see. Let me put this comment up. I would like to say, Rich, I missed you, bro.
Fashizi, I remember you, brother. I miss you too. I miss you
at this. Look at this. Look, everyone's commenting, mate. Everyone's commenting. Well, listen, see if Richard doesn't come back on, he's seen your wishes and he's ignoring your wishes.
I promise you, you have my word. I'm back, guys. I'm back.
What I will say is, Gary, I think you make a valid point here. I think I think defenders in Europe will not know how to handle Antonio, and the biggest thing I would say really is that we do have to bring in strength and depth to cope with the amount of games that we've got, to protect the likes of Antonio, to protect the likes of Benrahma, Fornals, etc., etc. Anyway, Rich, mate, who was your man of the match? Tough one.
Wow, it's a tough one. I'm going Mickey Ant. Have to. You know, he was just... Yeah, he missed 1 or 2 chances in the first half, but he was absolutely ruthless when he had to be. You know, straight after them getting a goal, we could have potentially gone into our shell. But that first goal that he scored, absolutely brilliant. To be honest with you, I'd love to give the man of the match award to every single player. And I'm being dead serious. Every single player put in a shift. But if I had to choose one, Antonio, well played, lad. Top class. If you had to choose one, Ant, if you had to choose one.
Yeah, if I had to choose one, I'm going to go with the guy that goes under the radar, Fornals. I mean, the guy just, I genuinely don't know how to describe him. I don't know if I'm using the right player when I say a better version of Gattuso. He was never brought in to be that nippy terrier like midfielder, but Rich, mate, he gets stuck in. He's not scared to tackle. He's a good reader of the ball. He's a good reader of the game, but he's creative with it as well. So that's what he offers that's different. He's creative. And in actual fact, I genuinely think he dictated play. I mean, I thought Declan Rice and Souček were phenomenal today. They really, really, really were. Out of the two, today was Declan Rice's day, in my opinion, because he was just his last-ditch tackles. Is absolutely
and
class.
Driving forward with the ball, mate, as well. You know, he's been coming out saying that he's more than just sitting deep. He wants to get forward more, and he did that tonight. He literally took on players. He'd carry the ball from our own half, drive into their half. He was Rolls Royce tonight, Declan Rice. World class. World class.
Absolutely. But for me, it's going to be Fornals. He went under the radar. He goes under the radar for what he does, but I think today he really shown, and even the team, everyone's shown in the team today. But Fornals just does everything. He dictated play. He was like that puppeteer in the middle of the park, and he really does draw that in. And this is the good thing about West Ham. We've got quality players there. It's just about how we maintain them and make them work throughout the whole season. But listen, everyone, myself and Rich are absolutely buzzing, as yous all are. Keep your eye out on our socials tomorrow, because Richard will be all over it. He'll be all over it in the morning, won't you? You usually do your kind of next morning, like, squad goals.
I feel that love in the morning, mate. I feel that love in the morning. And I send a little pinger of a post out and just explodes.
Yeah, I clock it, man. I clock it. It's good. Listen, everyone, go and enjoy your night. Is Lee in the house? Let me see if Lee's in the house. Is he? I don't think he is. Foshizi's saying yes. Anton knows Fornals. However, Antonio, my man of the match. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be hard. Got to concentrate.
Mate, when I said 3-1 West Ham, you and JQ were like, "Oh, you're so confident."
Well, let's say what.
Let's just say, boys.
I predicted 3-2. So, I mean, you got a better one than me.
Decent.
Wait, hold on a minute. Lee is in the house. Lee, what are we, mate?
Yeah, Lee. Woo!
Absolutely.
Elite.
Toby, good to see you, mate. Clive, thank you very much for joining us. Kimbo, Adam Cook, English Yardie, Anthos, so many people, so many comments I didn't get a chance to go through. I could do, but we have loads of shows to bring you tomorrow. We'll be buzzing with it, so make sure you tune in tomorrow. Like, subscribe, comment, all that malarkey. He's been Richard Fasten. There.
Right here.
I've been Anton. This is the West Ham Network.
Shout out to my South African viewers tonight. It's been a treat.
Yeah.
It's been a treat.
Yeah, anyway, this is the West Ham Network. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.